Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am looking at Hot Toys Battle Damage Darth Vader, the deluxe edition. As you can see, it comes in a very large box, so I've had to bring it to the office. So it's not going to be a traditional overhead shot unboxing, but I will do my best. Typical with DX figures, we get elaborate boxing. Here it is with the slip cover off, and then the box opens by sliding the contents out from the right side. It's a very tight fit, and it takes a bit to get it all out. So here's the figure directly out of the box. As you can see, he's got quite a bit of damage on his left side. We'll go around where it has his right side is virtually unscathed. He does have a nylon suit. It's not pleather, so hopefully it'll last a lot longer. This side of this garment is wired. This side's not. It's pretty damaged. His chest box is damaged. It does not light up, but his two waist boxes do. He does have pretty good movement on his joints. According to the instructions, if you pull on his arm, it extends a little bit, and they advise you to use that for wider movements, but I've tried doing it. It seemed difficult and I didn't want to force it. So also another thing that's worth noting is these parts of his shoulder armor are very silvery looking. If I'm not mistaken, on the other figures it's more of a gray than silver. His eyeballs do move. If you take the head off, you can get up from under it with that little tool and move his eyeballs if you were so inclined. So in addition to the bare head on the figure, we also get a fully helmeted head. He does have some battle scarring and smoke on the left side here, so he's not a completely clean head. And then we've got one that has some damage, quite a bit of scarring around the helmet there. This pops off, so you could access the eye in the back. So and then you've got this little piece that sits on the side of the mouthpiece on the bare head, but it's such a tiny thing you hardly notice it, so I don't know if it's worth it. And then we've got an assortment of hands, 3 other hands from each side. These do not articulate, so you've got a gesturing hand. You've got a hand for holding his lightsaber, a clenched fist hand. Then you've got 2 gesturing hands for his right hand. That one, this one, and then one lightsaber holding hand. Then we've got the USB lightsaber, the non-USB, and then the blades. So here's a close-up of the head, and here's that little piece I mentioned. It's really so small, and I'm not sure it adds anything, but you can just see how hideous he looks. And then there's all this cool detailing on the back, although I don't know if anyone would see it. Usually figures are pose from the front. So there he is. So I do have one really big criticism of this figure, and that is these type of hands with the integrated cuff are a pain in the ass to get on and off. So I'm not looking forward to that. Also, when the cuff, there's no wrist movement, and you can't use the cuff for any kind of wire management. I had thought about using this hand, because this will have some limited wrist movement, and maybe with all this stuff going on, wires and stuff, the wire from the USB lightsaber would not be as noticeable. However, that would not be screen accurate. Anytime he held his lightsaber with only one hand, he always used the right hand. So I will give it a go and try it with this hand and see how it goes. So what would Vader be without his cape? So he does have a cloth cape. I'm not going to take it out of the bag yet. But like his outfit, it's damaged on his left side and intact on the right. And it is wired, so it can be shaped. But he also comes with this really awesome molded cape, which I shall try to put on him. So we'll see about that. So one more accessory that's worth mentioning is this awesome base that comes with it. This top is adjustable. Although for me, keeping it level is more important. I have a hard enough time posing my figures on a level base. I can't imagine trying to do it on a slanted one. And it's USB powered with an on and off switch. There's red lights underneath and then a red light here. What I really like about it is it doesn't have a nameplate, so you can use it for other figures if you so desire. If you're going to do the molded cape, though, you do have to use this base. It has an attachment that goes on here that helps hold the molded base in place. Just as I was afraid, no matter how hard I tried, I could not get the wrist peg into the hole at the bottom of the cuff. So it's just held on there by friction and a prayer. And then the wire, it's kind of loose. I tried to get it as tight as I could, but it just comes up and it runs underneath his shoulder armor. This armor comes off. It's held in place by a square of Velcro in the front. The wire is a little bit loose, but I'm hoping the cape will hide a lot of sins. And the other thing is the power box has to be suspended from his belt. You can't put it on the post because the cords for the boxes are just too short. So what I'll probably do is get a little tie or something and tie the cord at the bottom there, because those cords can be very stiff. So the other thing, I don't know if it's showing up on the video or not, but the color of these boxes changes depending upon the angle that you're looking at them from. So there he is. Now I'm going to try to put the cape on him, the molded cape in his head, and we'll see how he looks. So here is the figure assembled. I have to say this thing was a bitch to put together. Not only the hand, but I had trouble getting the head on top of the cape. His helmet, the bottom of his helmet hits the cape on both sides. It probably would have worked better with the bare head, but I wanted the helmet to reinforce this shape over here. Also, I did try to extend the arm as shown in the instructions, but I wasn't having any luck and I was afraid to break it. Originally, I wanted the elbow bent more and with his clenched fist in the air. But so there you have it. In a minute, I'll show you another one. So here's the Sideshow exclusive edition. Here's that piece of helmet or mask that it comes with. That just kind of slips in like so. And then obviously this is the fabric cape as opposed to the molded one. It is tattered and discolored on one side. It's pretty full on this side. There is wire on this front edge and on this side also. I tried shaping it so it was kind of blowing, but the fabric is heavy enough that it just ended up drooping down, so I just kind of draped it over the best I could. Likewise, this glove is held on by friction and good thoughts. But there you have it, both versions of Battle Damaged Vader. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for stopping by.